Today I've got some nice long 16-foot poplar logs and I'm going to throw them on the mill, and these things are cleaner than expected, but we're going to see what kind of lumber that comes out of them and how many boards we can get from them. I am going to put them on the mill and see if these logs are actually worth the work. All right, let's fire up the sawmill. All right guys, and welcome back to the channel. We've got a load of poplar logs ready to go today on the sawmill, and hopefully packed with usable lumber. Even though poplar may not be the flashiest wood out there, but it is one of the most useful species you can saw. It dries easy, dries fairly well, and people are always looking for a decent board for their projects. But before we get to those poplar logs, I have a 12-foot red oak already on the mill. Didn't feel like taking it off, so I'm gonna cut this into 1x material, probably 1x6s. It is decent diameter, pretty straight, 12 inches on the small end. I think it's 12 inches on this side as well. But stay tuned, and I will put those poplar logs on the mill. Again, this is red oak, 12 foot long, 12 inches in diameter. Let's cut this one up first and then put the poplar logs on the mill. First pull as usual. This log has been sitting for a while off the ground, and I am running a cooked 8-degree blade. Although red oak was not so desirable, but it sure makes beautiful lumber. Alright, so now that red oak is finished and out of the way, we're going to start on these 16-foot poplars. And before we start that, let me show you what we're working with. So this first log right here is one of the smaller ones. It's well, show you, it is right at 10 inches in diameter on the small end, maybe a little under 10 inches with the bark, and 11 inches on the butt end, or the bigger end. It is 16 foot 4 inches long, pretty solid. Starting to see a little bit of punk right here, but I think it will be okay. Bark is pretty solid. A couple areas are starting to peel. That's just from me handling it. One thing with poplar is you never know what color you're going to get until you open it up. Sometimes it could be pale yellow, sometimes green, even purple streaks. I'm thinking we'll start out cutting some 1-inch boards, probably, well, as wide as I can get, hopefully 8 inches for board and batten. Alright, let's get the mill fired up and take off the first slab. I really need electric start. I think you guys see my little friend up there. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. I'll have to cut these in half. Struggling. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to cut them in half. But here is what the grain is gonna look like. There's that purple streak I was telling you about. There is the yellow. These cook blades are doing an awesome job. Nothing wavy. Ripping right through these. I have cut a large poplar log. So the same blade that I'm using now is a Cook's 8-degree blade. You've probably seen it in previous videos where I put it on. Since then, I cut a 16-inch diameter poplar log, 2 14-inch diameter white oak logs, 1 16-inch diameter white oak log, a red oak log, and now I'm cutting on this poplar. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 6th log I'm using that blade on, and it is as straight and as sharp it was the first time cutting. So now I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to flip it 90 degrees, take off another slab to 8 inches thick, and I will start cutting 8-inch boards for board and batten. unloaded some pretty nice solid stack of lumber. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 1x8s. About 5 of them are actually with no wane. So that's the the fun part about sawmilling. Every log is different. You don't know what you're going to get, and you don't know what's inside. These 16-foot poplar logs, I think they're going to pay off. So this one log, 1x8 times 16, should bring a decent amount of money. Anyway guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel and stick around because we've got more logs coming to the mill. Appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you very soon. Oh, by the way, if any shoe manufacturer watching, I could definitely use some new steel toe boots. Reach out. My email is in the video description. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Until next time, God bless.